news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Maryann Okon, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts, and I am Maryann Okon. Thanking you all for staying tuned to our broadcast today. I'm still really saddened, and I just want to start the show by saying, love yourselves, love your friends, love your family, hug them, appreciate them. Don't be mean to them, because life is really short. I'm just looking at Diogo Jota's, death story. It breaks my heart, really. It really does break my heart. 3 beautiful kids and a wife that he just got married to. Life is fleeting, So make the best of the time that you have on the planet. It's very important, and try as much as possible to add value where you can. It's really tough. Nothing's broken my heart this much as this story. He was just 28. And on that note, I'm welcoming you to the show. Not such a great note, but then the biggest story, obviously, is the coalition. Yes, the coalition of many strange bedfellows who obviously have one intention: to unseat what they call a terrible government. Yes. Well, they yesterday decided that they were going to adopt the ADC. That's the biggest story today. In fact, that's almost everything we're going to be talking about today. And then, of course, do you remember the Equatorial Guinea boss that had videos of his sexual escapades with different women in his office? Yeah. Well, there is an update on that story, and you'd like to hear it. We'll be talking about it extensively on our global review today, but it's also a big story today. And then, of course, we're taking reactions from the presidency, the APC, and several other people to the coalition. Everything today is about the coalition. Welcome to the show. And on the 5 o'clock hour, I will be joined by a change maker in Borno State who's also very interested in out of school children. And we're going to be talking about the the impact of terrorism on out of school children, and how it is the number of kids who have become unable to attend schools or go to school or get an education as a result of the terrorism across the country is on the rise. We've continued to bandy the 13 point something million. It's gone past that now, especially with all of the killings across the country. It's not such a great conversation to have, but we will have it. My guest will be joining me from Borno State to have that conversation. Welcome to the show once again. And do you know how we start the conversation, Lagos? Here we go.
Get ready for the most important news update. It's time for the Big 3 Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big 3 every weekday 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
All right, we're back. 99.3 Nigeria Info. These are the big 3 stories for today. In case you're just joining us, we're live. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation on X, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. We would like to hear from you. And of course, you can join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 08095975 All right, let's start with Peter Obi's ADC coalition will put Nigerians first, says Peter Obi. Well, yes, former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, has said that the African Democratic Congress coalition will always put Nigerians first in all of its decisions. This is as Obi reaffirmed his support for the adoption of the ADC as a coalition platform ahead of the 2027 general elections to unseat President Tinubu. Obi said the move was born out of a commitment to provide competent and compassionate leadership for Nigeria. In a post on his X handle yesterday, the former Anambra State governor said the coalition's decision to unite under the ADC was not taken lightly, but came after deep reflection, underline the word, deep reflection on Nigeria's current state and the urgent need for a new direction. And there's so many questions. Will this coalition be that of the people? Do you think that it will address our interest, our purpose? I've continuously asked questions as to, these coalitions that we always have. Do you remember what happened to the NPDP and how it crumbled? Because it was, maybe not clearly thought out, for want of a better way to describe it. But then there are those who also make a case for it that, look, it is a time where Nigerians are in dire need of some purposeful leadership, and the leadership that we have may not be the one that is purposeful, hence the need for a coalition to oust this presidency come 2027. But I want to know what side of the divide you are in. Will this coalition be that of the people? All right, let's move away from that. Still talking about the coalition, because that's the story for today. Every single person is talking about these stories. Well, presidency slams Buhari's appointees for joining opposition and the coalition. Now, the presidency has launched a scathing attack on former President Muhammadu Buhari's appointees who have joined the opposition, plotting to challenge President Bola Tinubu in 2027. Bayo Onanuga, interestingly, the special advisor to the president on media and strategy, criticized the individuals for their alleged personal ambitions and lack of ideology. Underline, excuse me, sir, Onanuga, which party in this country has ideology? Are you joking, sir? Anyway, some of those Onanuga, mentioned include Rotimi Amechi, a former transportation minister, an APC stalwart, who Mr. Onanuga claimed lost interest in the party after losing presidential primaries in 2022. Abubakar Malami, a former attorney general, who Onanuga has been estranged from the APC since Tinubu assumed leadership and since Malami lost governorship bid in Kebbi. He talked about Hadi Sirika, a former aviation minister who's facing trial for contract splitting and other allegations, which Onanuga claimed has compromised his integrity, if he had any. Rauf Aregbesola, a former governor and internal affairs minister under Muhammadu Buhari's administration, Onanuga said was expelled from the APC for anti-party conduct in the last Austrian election. I mean, he's got a lot to say, doesn't he? Do you think the APC is worried about the new coalition? Or maybe worried is not the proper word. Is there a concern in the APC about this coalition? Are they shaking in their boots, or they're just waving it on the one hand to be like, yeah, these guys, it's not gonna, I mean, just like Wike has said today that these guys have nothing to offer and they're just disgruntled. I don't know, what do you think? Is the APC worried? Anyway, let's take one more story, and then I'll add my Equatorial Guinea story. Here's my last story, and this one has nothing to do with the coalition. This is about hunger, inflation, fueling Nigeria's insecurity, says Methodist prelate, and he was directing his message to Mr. President. The prelate of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, His Eminence Dr. Oliver Ali Abba, has told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that hunger and inflation were fueling Nigeria's insecurity and called for urgent government action to address the deepening economic hardship. Recall that the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, and Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, had expressed the same sentiment at an event in Abuja 2 weeks ago. So if the top brass of our military know that this is the problem, what is the executive doing about it? And what would it take, my question on this particular story, what would it take for us to put a stop to this rising insecurity in Nigeria? Because I was having a conversation with my guest yesterday, and I was saying that, insecurity and terrorism is no longer a northern thing. It's spread across the country now like wildfire, whether we like it or not. And we can no longer say, it's the North's problem, the North will deal with it. It's now it's a general problem. But what will it take for the presidency, members of the top brass, military brass, all of those people who have been saddled with the responsibilities to make sure that we are secure in this country? What will it take for them to put an end to insecurity in this country? Do they have the political will? Do they have the gusto? Do they have what it takes to put their foot down, especially Mr. President? Has he surrounded himself with the right kind of people to help him deal with the insecurity? Or are we playing politics with it? Let's talk. The phone lines are open. 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190. If you want to join the conversation on WhatsApp and you're listening to us from outside of the country, you can call our WhatsApp line at 0809 597 5805. Better still, you can join the conversation on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Post your comments there. But let's go to that Equatorial Guinea story. This one is what we call bonus. And we'll talk more about it when we get to the 4 o'clock hour. Ex-Equatorial Guinea anti-corruption chief with over 400 sex tapes faces 18-year jail term. I'm sorry, I have to laugh. He has to be taught a lesson, yeah? Because you cannot be filming women, even though they willingly participated in whatever act. It is an infringement on their privacy to film them and have those tapes kept. And now those tapes were leaked. The Ambassador former Director General of the Financial Investigation Agency in Equatorial Guinea, Batalsa Ngonga, is set to face 18 years imprisonment after he appeared at the Malabo court for his corruption trial. Now, Ngonga had been detained at Black Beach Prison since September of 2024 following the corruption probe, and unrelated to the over 400 sex tapes involving high-profile women uncovered in his office and in his house. There are many arguments about these videos that maybe he had them as, some sort of thing that he held over them and blackmailed them with this, I don't know. But he's facing embezzlement charges alongside several other former senior officials. We're going to talk more about it on the other side. But the phone lines are open. Lagos, let's talk. Ladies, your phone lines 0201 465 7190. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Sunday, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. This is Chris from Ikoyi.
Go ahead.
Coalition, good one. But my fear, they unseat Jonathan because he believes in democracy. But this formation that you have now, they say grab it, rush it, and do away with it. They don't believe in democracy. And people will call and tell you the man has a master's degree in politics, a democracy. The ball is in Nigerians' court. If Nigerians can stood their ground, with the ADC people, and said no to this man, will not believe in democracy. Democracy is about the people, but what we are having now. And Nigerians are the cause of all this, because we praise all these people that are doing the wrongdoings. We give them support. We praise them. And he's doing the wrong thing. Today now everybody's complaining. Like I always say, we all are in for it too. So Nigerians, the ball is in your court.
Thank you very much for calling, Chris. 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190. I'd love to take a quick call before we go on our first break. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. I cannot hear you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Gideon calling from Keja.
Go ahead, Gideon.
Yes, the coalition is good, but problem is who they will put for front. Is it Titozi they will put for front, But if it's not fit to be the proof of fund for the foundation, nothing will work on it. Thank you.
All right. So who's going to lead or who will be the flag bearer is what everyone's wondering. That's the agitation. Who will bear the flag? I can take another quick call. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
How about you now? My name is Solomon Akban.
Go ahead, 60 seconds, quickly.
The coalition, you see, is good because that was how the APC came on board in 2014-2015. But my question is that, what I'm going to say is that if it is the same idea that APC and remove Jonathan without a vision, without plan for what they are going to do after removing Jonathan, I think they should let them go back and sit down.
Okay, all right.
But
I need to let you go because of time. I need to go on a break. I'm so sorry, Solomon, but I understand the meat of what you're trying to say. We'll take a quick break. It's still Hard Facts. The big three stories today, Thursday, the 3rd of July, 2025. I'm Maryann Okon. We'll be right back after these messages.
More talk, news, and sports after this. Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemether and lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Charlatan is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
For news, sports, and talk that you can relate.
If I told you now to come and buy a Shebi for 20,000 naira, you would quickly get that money out. But if I told you to come and do a health check and you should put down 20,000 naira, you probably would say it's very, very expensive.
That's too much now.
Why should I go and dash one doctor? And because people are not paying attention, people are therefore getting sicker and sicker.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Credible journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Here is the governor of Nasarawa State, Governor Sule Lamido, speaking about the coalition. I'm going to come back to your thoughts and your comments on our social media platforms, on the phone lines. But first, these are some of the reactions that we're getting. And this video is courtesy of Arise Television.
I didn't see the news. I spent most of the day in Kano today. I went for the condolence visit, of the late Dantata's family. It just happens to coincide with the day you have invited me to speak about the visit of Mr. President to our state. This is the day I selected because tomorrow we are going to have a groundbreaking in Kefi for another development similar to the one we had in Lafia. So I promised your producers that I was going to be here today, to discuss that. So it's just a coincidence that we end up having this. So I didn't watch it much, but I think it's a good day for APC because it goes to vindicate our president. Mr. President clearly said that he is not out there to have a one-party, country, and as a result of that, he expects there should be a very strong opposition. And if you say that there are heavyweights that have formed an opposition, well, that goes to confirm exactly what Mr. President has said. So instead of scaring people, he should make out the people of our party ready, to get up and work harder and ensure that this is something that we have to work on.
So it does seem that you're saying that these heavyweights will not cause the APC any kind of sleepless nights.
I don't know about sleepless nights, but definitely, it is something that was already expected by Mr. President when he said clearly that there is not going to be a one-party state. That's not his intention. His intention is to play democracy and to ensure that we have a strong opposition. So if there is a very strong opposition, as you confirmed, that agrees with what our president has said.
Governor Lamido there, Governor Sule, I beg your pardon there, of Nasarawa State, speaking about what the APC, in his opinion, how they feel about it. He says, well, this goes to vindicate Mr. President that, he's not trying to build a one-party state. He's allowing for a strong opposition. Interesting. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. You can join the conversation if you are on WhatsApp, 0809597585. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, please, by all means, call us. Please don't call us if you are not calling from the abroad. Only those in the diaspora that are allowed to call via WhatsApp. And also on YouTube and Facebook, we're live. Join the conversation right there and tell us what you think. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hard Fact. Hello.
Hi, Maryann.
Yes. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
I greet you. My name is Rapruchu.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay, well, I want to speak on coalition. I support the coalition and it's already working. And this APC are already worried. The coalition will work because that's the only thing.
What makes you think the coalition will work? You just think it will work because there's Peter Obi in it?
Let me air my view. Not because.
No, I'm asking a question. Am I not allowed to ask you questions?
I say, it's not because Peter Obi. Let me air my view. Is it only Peter Obi in it, in the coalition?
So what makes you think it will work?
Is it because the article is there? So, you see, I say it work because that's the only thing that put this AP government off balance. Yeah. The difference will be clear. Already, Peter Obi has saying have massive supporters, coupled with Atiku and others. But when they differ from PDP to APC, it will not be. They will not lack ideology. But when they differ from APC to ADC, they will lack ideology. No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Because already, the government didn't offer Nigeria what they want. People are disappointed.
All right. I have to take other calls, Rapuruchuku. This is 1 minute, 33 seconds. Right. Thank you very much for calling. The reason why, we can all say that something can work, but what is the guarantee? What makes us believe that a thing will work? Like I said, there have been coalitions like this. Well, for the APC, theirs worked. And because they all united because they wanted one guy out. Can this also work because they want one guy out? But then when this guy goes out, what's the plan? I'm going to keep asking that question. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Emmanuel. I'm speaking to you from Ekwe.
Go ahead.
At this point, I want to talk like a politician, not Emmanuel. If you are in a house where there is a tormentor in the house and the tormentor is tormenting you, all you need in the interim is for the tormentor to leave the house. So if anybody will come, and put the tormentor away, I think it's something that is fine, Now, whether the people who lead the coalition will come, and because in that house, you shouldn't be expecting that immediately that person who puts the tormentor away comes, you want to go and build a house or you want to buy a car. At least the relief you get in the interim, is what you should be fighting for. So, for the coalition, I know it will work. And why it will work is that I've always described politicians as bullies. The more the bullies, the better, for the people. So that it will be easier for them to put the other bullies in power away. So
okay.
That is why I think it will work.
Thank you very much for calling. Bullies. I've never thought about it that way. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Long time. This is Tunde. I'm calling from.
Hey, Tunde, how are you?
Last time, I hope you enjoy your vacation very well.
Yes, I did. I tried my best.
I support the coalition because before the Mr. President came to office, I believe he formed coalition, even opposed more than what they are did today. So we need a coalition. I don't think the politician needs the coalition there, rather than Nigeria. It's Nigeria supposed to be forming a coalition because something is very, very strategic, very, very bad.
So you're saying that the politicians are not the ones that should form the coalition. It's supposed to be us.
I expect Nigeria. I expect our citizens because they are the people that is facing me a lot. I haven't seen it. I know what I'm facing. If I want to buy anything, I know how called the quantity of fruits in the market. So that's why only plantain they tell you 2,000 naira. It's very, very possible. You need to come together and form the coalition and defeat these people away from the power. Thank you. I God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Tunde. Appreciate your thoughts and comments. 0201277093. This is Hard Facts, and we're looking at the big three stories for today. Peter Obi is telling us that ADC's coalition actually will be in Nigeria's interest. Yes. That's what he's saying. He says he will put Nigerians first. And I'm asking, are we certain? Is it okay for us to wonder because we have been bitten once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 8 times, and we're still not shy? Also, still on the coalition, the presidency slams Buhari's appointees for joining opposition. Dito, Rotimi Amechi, Dito, Malami, Dito, for who else? They called another person. Hadi Sirika, I don't even know what has Hadi owes us money as a country. Why is he in the coalition? And then, of course, the Methodist prelate is speaking about the high rate of insecurity in the country and has called on Mr. President to do something about it, saying that the reason why we're having a higher rate of insecurity is that it is powered by hunger and inflation. What are your thoughts, Lagos? Let's talk. 0201277093. Hello.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon. This is Obi calling from Ikeja.
Hi, Obi. Long time no hear, Obi.
Yeah, Maryann, my assessment is not for them winning election, but my assessment is it takes a thief to catch a thief. All the whole big why P2B lost the election was not that he didn't win the election, because there were no old experienced politicians with him then. That was why they could rig and do what they did. But with this experience, you know what, I don't want to call it, you know what I mean? With this experience, they are going to checkmate themselves. They know the tricks. They know the secrets. That is the only good thing about this. And I know we are going to get better. Thank you very much.
All right, Obi. Thank you very much for calling. The ladies' line is 0201 465 7190. I want to read some messages and then I'll come back to the phone lines, okay? Would you allow me to do that? Okay, great, lovely. This one here says, this coalition is nothing but an extension of the APC and PDP. As much as I do not like Tinubu, as much as I do like Tinubu to leave office, if election were to be held today, I cannot vote for the same old order. Showere for 2027, he says. We're already gathering, ready to support him with our little funds. This is from Greenwich. Okay, Greenwich. So I hear that the ladies' line is not working. Call the general line. After all, when your line is working and the general line is not working, the men call you. Call the general line, ladies. Ms. Oboli, I've seen your message. Thank you. All right, this one here says, this ADC is sounding like APC in my ears. I hope people will not mistake it for APC during election. The question is, this coalition, is it for revenge or for the betterment of Nigerian people? This is the question I'm also asking, if you ask me. The problem I have with this coalition, he says, is that it is time, or it is the same old people that have caused trouble in the party that are coming together again. Oh, this is from Benita, not a he. Benita, it's a good point that you've raised, because I do remember Shehu Sani picking on El Rufai and saying, this guy, wherever he goes, trouble follows. He's been putting trouble in our party. As if he's going to SDP, there's going to be a problem in SDP. Unfortunately, SDP, they missed SDP and now they're in ADC and they're saying, this guy's a troublemaker. And and someone else, I think it was Greenish, who said that it's the same old order, or Benita. It's the same old order that you don't want the same people. But some people have said it takes a thief to catch a thief. Something funny. I saw something funny recently. I think the former EFCC boss that was accused of corruption was on television talking about something, and I was just like, sorry, what? Do we quickly forget things in this country? And then the bad guys come out again, refurbished and repurposed to look like good guys? Anyway, someone here says, good afternoon, Maryann, and I'm in full support of the coalition, and I want to say this to those in doubt or questioning the integrity of those involved. We do not need saints. No good man will save us now. At this stage, we're all in potter, he says. Let the dirtiest and the wickedest politician win this contest if that's what it takes. And then we find ourselves in the same mess that we're in. Is that what it is? Is this a sport to you? He says we must rescue Nigeria from the hands of the urban bandits from Lagos and give it back to the people. Kenneth from Milan, your statement is so mixed up that I can't even take out the right thing from it. You're saying the wickedest. So if that wicked person comes and becomes your president, I don't want to hear you complain tomorrow, because you can't say that you want to correct a wrong with a wrong. Do you get me? Am I making sense to you, Kenneth? Anyway, I'm moving on. This one's from Vivian, and Vivian says, what option do we have? Whether it works or not, there's no harm in trying. Let them win first. Okay, Vivian, I can sit with that for a second. Okay, call the mail line. Stop crying here, Mrs. Obuli, or send me a message. Maryann, don't be cynical and satirical about the new coalition. Let every Nigerian be patient and wait for this new coalition to unfold their agenda for Nigerians and Nigeria. For the drowning APC, let them say anything they like. The people they have trapped and kneeling on their necks have got another party to salvage them. They're jittery already. Okay. This one here is from Japheth in Lekki, and he says, I think this coalition will work if Atiku is not the flag bearer. You see, there's so many ifs. The fact that we're so uncertain about it, and I'm not kicking the coalition. I like new and shiny things. If you ask me, I like shiny things and new things. I like the smell of a new wrap taken off of a toy or whatever. You know, when you're unwrapping perfumes or unwrapping gifts or shoes, I like new things. But these new things, like they wrapped it with new paper, but the inside is old. And these are the concerns that people genuinely have, which is, if we have certain guys in this, we know that there are people in that coalition who are there for good reasons. But then what about the other guys? Are they there just to help the good guys, or do they have their own interests? That's the problem. Because everybody's saying, if Atiku is not, if they give it to, there are too many ifs. There are no certainties. But then that's what politics is, isn't it? All right, let's move on. This one here says, of course, APC are worried. They might deny it, but person way they beat with plank, they talk say nothing hit them. Areu. Biddy also says, you need to ask Atiku Obi, not the masses. They are not in position to know if the coalition will work or not. Okay, great point. This one here says, Yomi from Lagos says, please note Atiku has been nursing to be president for years, and there are many people that are with him since then till now. So if he has chosen to be president and Obi vice, Obi will never function just like Oshibajo under Buhari. He will be useless because those people following Atiku for years will take over, and that will be the end of Obi politically. Obi had just digged his political suicide. What we don't know, again, the too many ifs. Someone here says the coalition is a good one, but they shouldn't allow any of them to be used, because Tinubu and his boys will fight by any means and disorganize other parties. The insecurity will not stop. Compromised. I'm sure that's what you mean. You're saying because the people at the head of affairs have been compromised, and many of them are gaining and making billions from it, unless they deal with the corrupt ones by bringing them to book. I'm sure that's what you mean, Benjamin. Thank you for your message. This one says, good afternoon. On coalition movement, it's a good move. Those who put APC and Tinubu in power are the same people that are going to remove him. Tinubu wanted to cook for the entire country, but now the country is about to cook for him. I don't think Tinubu would finish the food because the big wigs have gathered and Nigerians would do the same by finishing voting. APC's plan is to rig the 2027 elections because they know they won't win in free and fair elections. Victor in Ilupeju, thank you for your message. I want to read a few more and then go back to the phone lines, please. I'm going to try as much as possible to be very fast. This one here says, okay, Ahmed Kuti says, coalition is good, but what we are having here are the same set of people that have been running Nigeria that yielded us no results. I'm sure that's what you meant to type. They're just jumping from one party to another. If there's going to be any coalition, it should be from the real young, vibrant Nigerians. But will all these grandfathers that are supposed to be enjoying their retirements and with their families allow them? To me, Nigerians are not ready yet. When we're ready, we will take our country back from them because it seems we still are coping with the hardship. Thank you very much, Hamed Kuti. This one's from Ben. Ben says, honestly, we must as a people take power in our hands by making sure any government that doesn't do well is voted out. Let's keep voting them out until they learn to do our bidding, even when they don't want to. Any coalition is it for me. Okay, Ben. Michael from Saboyaba here says, Maryann, Nigerians are complaining that those forming the coalition are old war horse politicians with one criminal record or the other. Then I ask, who's the innocent one that can challenge this government, if not for the same people, or are we going to import fresh politicians? Reactions from Onanuga and Wike shows that the APC and the presidency are afraid. For the Solomon of our time, he deserves what he got. Okay, Michael. Bayo Onanuga should go and ask his boss that why all what attached to him is questionable. I want to remind him that Tinubu also formed a coalition without ideology, which we are seeing the results now, and mingles with a bundle of corrupt people. Adams from Ikorodu. Now, wow. Back to the phone line, 0201-277-0993. Apologies, the female line is down. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good evening, Mrs. Maryann.
Who did you marry me off to, please?
Okay, my name is Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, go ahead, please.
Call from Abuya, Lagos.
Go ahead.
Yes, I've heard all those news and their coalition, whatever they're calling themselves. I look around their faces. I don't even see any difference between the present government we are here. You know, when you throw food in the river, you see the small fish will come and pick while the big one is inside the river. This is what I don't hear the noise. For me, nothing come out. All the coalition that was doing, there's nothing come out. I'm into the issue of the Nigeria, but as for me, nothing come out from this coalition. All this one are just
how do you know that nothing will come out of it? How would you sit in your house and just know that nothing is going to come out of it? Do you have a crystal bulb in front of you?
Why I say this is the same thing they are coming there to do.
How do you know?
It's too much. This one, the government here is too much. This one, people have the hunger is too much hunger. We in Nigeria, we are not hungry. As you say, we are not hungry.
Okay.
When we are hungry, we know the research to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling.
It's just distraction. It's just distraction.
Okay. It's distraction. So where do we focus our attention? I like it when people talk about distractions because that's a big thing in Nigeria. There's always something that they give to us to talk about, especially now that they've ran 2 concurrent budgets. They don't want us to talk about it. So what we're talking about is coalition. Maybe it's a distraction, but is it a healthy distraction? That's one thing. Secondly, why are they trying to distract us? What are they distracting us from? These are things that, sometimes when we say these things, we sometimes sound like we're crazy. But we're not crazy. The truth is that there are there are people who are daily trying to distract us from the main things that we need to be talking about, questioning our leaders of. And then talking about Wike. And I saw Wike had his live press briefing as usual. I just wonder why he does that. I'm trying to understand why it's necessary. But I mean, if it makes him sleep well at night, then lovely. But I want to play you a video from the ADC. They're telling us why it's important to have this. I hope that I can find that video quickly. They're telling us why it's important for them to have this coalition and what it would do for us as a country. So let's take a listen. This video is courtesy again of Arise TV. Let's hear what they have to say. Take a listen.
The problem with this preparations for 2027 was that the president himself, from day one in office, was focused on his re-election. And that, I think, galvanized those opposed to him to also get into the race before the whistle has been blown. Definitely, in normal times, it will be considered too early to be forming an electoral coalition 2 years before the elections themselves. But given the context, I think there isn't very much of a surprise.
But there is, I mean, now talk of, because there were people in the ADC before they arrived. Although the executive are saying that they're kind of resigned en masse, but there is now talk of divisions within the ADC, and we've seen people fiercely opposing the arrival of these new members. Well, what is your assessment of that? Is that a threat, or is that something that is not, is just like rumblings, you know, on the side that you would expect in any case?
I think maybe the real issue is that in a democratic society, people who want to come together and form a party should go and register a new party. We do know that they have tried to register a new party, and there have been some blockages along the way, and therefore they are constrained, as it were, to negotiate with an existing party.
Well, they're claiming that it was all part of a smoke screen. They said that the intensity of opposition from the ruling APC was so much that whenever they tried to have meetings, there would always be attempts to stop the meeting from taking place. They would say, you can't hire this place. Suddenly the people who they discussed would say, you know, the place is no longer available, all kinds of things. And therefore, in order to remove, if you like, the, you know, themselves from the all-probing eye of the APC, they put out smoke screens, but they'd been negotiating with the ADC for 18 months.
Well, yeah, that's the path they were obliged to follow, and the risk with that type of path is that you could always have problems with certain people who are originally leading the affairs of that party.
This is not the video I wanted to play, but this is also a very good conversation because, as you all know, Dumebi Kachiku, who was the presidential candidate of the ADC, has come out screaming. I watched him on our channel's television yesterday, screaming about the fact that they are in the wrong ADC because the guy who's handed over the party to them is not the original party chairman. So again, this coalition, is it standing on one leg or on all fours? I can take another call. Let's go. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sunday, calling from Bariga.
Go ahead, Monday. Or Sunday.
This coalition that comes up now, I strongly believe if they should gather together and push Peter Obi to be the first leader, I believe things will work well. That's what I'm thinking. And to the APC, I know that with this very gathering new system, whether old school or no old school, they have been able to threaten this in APC.
Okay.
But don't be surprised that before these few days or next few years that are still remaining, APC might turn out to do better for the country. And then people will now turn back and voted them into power again. Thank you. That's all.
All right, Sunday, thank you very much for calling. Can the coalition shake the APC up so much that they'll start doing right? Does it mean that they know right and they refuse to do it? And they've been giving us bobo juice? I don't want to believe that, Sunday, but it's your opinion. All right, on Facebook Live here, Godwin Oyibade here says, Atiku's coalition is doomed. It's driven by parochial interest. He wants to use Peter Obi as a cannon folder. Udo Office here says, when APC was formed, where were the people then? Now. Okay. Another person here says, anything but APC. Ogbonna Sunday says, Maryann, the only time we know if the coalition will work is when the presidential candidate is Peter Obi. Oshodio Lawrence says, Maryann, I'm in full support of coalition. Okay. Bernard Ohi says a coalition has come to stay and there's nothing Tinubu will do about it. Ozo Francis here says, thank you very much, Ozo. He's watching from Enugu. Fred Iswa says, anything that will push APC out of power in 2027 is a welcome development for me. APC there and their supporters can pretend as if they're not scared of the coalition until what happened in the days of Noah happens to them. And Monesi Theophilus here says, you don't expect a coalition that needed lunch yesterday to be screaming out their ideas when campaign season hasn't started. When campaign season starts, you will know what they want.
99.3 Nigeria.
Gotta go on that break. It's a 1 minute break. I'll be back.
This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Catch the I Beg to Differ National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins August 11th, 2025. Only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemisa and lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Charlatan is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Is Hot Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shego Arinze.
Yes, it's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I can take 2 more calls before we wrap things up here. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Mr. Bengal.
Mr. Gwenga, go ahead,
Nigeria.
please.
They are telling us our mumu is he there. Continue. These people are doing business with us now. They are political actors. All of them are there. God, what does God require from us? God requires sincerity and truth. What do we require from these people? Good governance. They have not given you good governance since 1963. You people are still following them. New one, old one, in a new bottle. What is going to give you? It will still give you the same result. Keep on following them. I told you, 2031, the partner I'm giving you is there for you to 2031 like that. If you come out, God will help you.
All right. Thank you very much.
They are fighting for us.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Gbenga, for calling. I can take one last call. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. 60 seconds is all you have. Go ahead.
Okay, Moses Samela Samaja.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what Ibe Kashuku is saying.
Do maybe not eBay. Do maybe.
Eh?
Do maybe not eBay.
You say what?
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
So, like what Ibe Kashuku is saying, it cannot disrupt the coalition because it's just making us like mosquito making noise around your ear and your face. What will happen that we'll just get him and get rid of that system politically.
Okay.
Then those people that are coming that Peter B should be flag bearer. Some of them are APC, but they don't want to cause confusion and division.
Okay.
Politically.
All right.
Politics are about game of number.
All right, I have to go because our time is gone. Our time is gone. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much for calling. Just a point of correction. It's not Ibe. Ibe Kachuku was a former Minister of State for Petroleum. His brother, Dumebi, was the flag bearer for the ADC in the last general elections. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. Yvonne is here, standing pretty, getting ready for the news at the top of the hour. On the other side of the clock, let's go to Equatorial Guinea and talk about the sex tapes and where it has landed the former corruption boss. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome to the Central Bank of Information.
On the news this hour, Governor
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.